That was the beauty of, that's why she loved you, the Queen, because she was like, you know, that kid who loved you that much. She wanted to give you something, you know, like a toy that she loved that much, you know. Here, you can borrow my toy for the week because fucking he's mint and I'd love you to see how mint he is. He might be a little fucking idiot, but fucking he's got qualities. He will not let you down, you know. Naturally, and then Toy himself gets very horny for Heinz, but then naturally the Queen, and why she loved the Queen that much, that she knew the Queen had a heart. She'd think, oh, I did borrow this toy, I better give him back. That was lovely. What a lovely, that's like how it should be. It's like what Keith Richards' wife did with Keith Richards. He's a great rocker toy, this one. He comes with a guitar. That was the brilliance of, you know, you had different famous people. You had rock musicians. Girls loved about him, you know, yeah, really sexy and nice. It was just that they basically hadn't grown up from being a boy. They got into this when they were like 10. This is Keith's example. I mean, it's not the same with Mick, but just as Keith's example, he never grew up since he was like 10. He just got into this certain subject and just stayed true to it and was completely in over his head with the rest of it. I literally just like Muddy Waters, mate. And ladies just loved it because it was refreshing. It was like, what? This guy's an idiot. He's just into his rock music. That's it. And, you know, goes on about how he loves the smell of his own todger. I mean, what kind of people have conversations like that unless you're like 7? With a bunch of lads. I don't think other people's todgers smell as good as that. It's almost feminine. There's other ladies, you know, like the whores. You got like Mick who's doing the same. Going off with them whores. Unless there's a child which he can groom quickly. And then you got some fine ladies who are like, that's funny. That's so honest. And he just got rid of the paper which we were struggling with in the room. Wasn't even to do with the cigarette smoke he was consuming. You know what I mean? That was just all part of it. Brilliant. Ah, Keith, he's just brilliant, is he not? To place him all Keith in Keith's honour. Keep it rocking, people of the world. If you're watching. It could just be me. And Keith. And Keith, love it. No, I'd love to say there's Keithsters out there. There's Keithsters out there who are cool. And there's rockers out there who rock it like Richards. We have the faith, brothers and sisters. The bastard clown, but then the Shire himself, he said, your guitar will be coming Monday. That's your guitar, sire. I'm just, you know, Jesus, I mean, it's a very big responsibility. I've never commanded a ship like that one. The Black Pearl. Jesus, it's like a complete elevation from where I'm at. This is quite a nice guitar. It's nothing on the same level as the Black Pearl. I thought that, which was like 110 quid, was like cutting edge technology. This is like the Black Pearl. from Sire himself, the Black Pirate of Rock, who I do believe actually did serve time in prison. Mick, oh no, poor little pretty Mick, he's gonna, he needed some cells for a day. Keith, they just forgot. The other thing about being somebody like Keith or myself is that they just immediately see your face and think, yeah, that guy's just strong. He's a horrible, strong-looking wanker. You just immediately see that all over your face. And they just, you know, like, you're trying to say, hey, what about me here? It sounds funny already when you say it. If they're not laughing, they're ready to put in a fucking comment like, what about you, you fucking layabout kike? How has this really gone against my face? How have I ended up in this institute? And then you suddenly realise, hang on a minute, this institute, I swear, are really enjoying the fact, like, I swear I see them smile more every time I get angry and I'm losing the point. You know, not when I'm winning the point, and they just kick me out. We saw that. As soon as I won the point and I fucking had a right, and I was thinking, oh, I'm really enjoying my stay, actually. I've got a Lego tank coming in a couple of days. Just brought loads of stuff off. They kicked me out. And immediately. Just as you started settling down and thinking, oh, I'm actually getting my head round this mental asylum business. Both, off you go. So I've just spent all my fucking money. I won't go there, we've been there, but what the fuck? They love those moments, but what the... They're like that. People like me and Keith, they just love to do that too. They just find it so funny. Because we just... Even we can see the funny side of it. It's still, it's like, come on, man. Give us a fucking break here. Jesus. It's funny when it's like pirates or something, or a pirate and his peanut. Yeah, it's funny. When it's Britney or my mummy, that's not funny. That's really not funny at all. That's just horrible. That's just disgusting because, they find it funny doing it. They do it to Britney all the time. All those examples of fucking, you know, all the fine ladies. Lottie Ross, prime example of just a kike, showing, like, this is probably how he courted her in the first place, talking these kind of, and she just never clocked that he was not interested in those conversations. He just said the right thing to trigger her off, because he knew what to say to trigger her off, so that she was like in just talking the things that she wanted to talk about, thinking he cared, and then he could use that against her. It's disgusting to see as well. It's like, how could you do something to... Yeah, it's funny when it's to me or something, because I am an egotistical, big-headed twat. So it's like, yeah, that is quite funny. Yeah, I can see the fun. When you start doing it to people who don't deserve it, it's not funny at all. Keith didn't deserve it. Keith had it too much. He had all of that shit, and then he had this fucking kike. Who he had it basically, you know, was under the impression that this guy brought the same album, that he was interested in the same music, but the guy just brought the same album as him because he was trying to woo a fucking girl, as he found out later. Brilliant. That's how, as he found out later, Mick really loved disco music. That's what really got Mick going, because he loved basically going to the disco and wooing girls. That was Mick, basically. He loved going to the disco and wooing girls. He just loved going down that disco. It reminds me of one fucking kike. No, two fucking kikes. They just loved hanging around down the disco or the nightclub. wooing all these different girls and, you know, toying with all these different... Just spoke to you an hour before, but now these groups of girls have come in. You feel very belittled and on your own, but I might come to you later once I've toyed with her emotion by coming to you later, making you feel really great, putting this smile on your face so she feels really jealous. Both, it's all like that. It's all... Basically, the best thing you can do if you feel like this is happening is just do what Lottie and her mate did. Just put your head down with the person who will do with you. Just fuck off. Just leave. Don't be a part of it. It's like what the Dr. Carr said. Yeah, you can either play the game of snakes and ladders, or you don't have to. You don't have to play the game of snakes and ladders. You could just not play. And if you feel that that's what's happening, don't ever think, oh, that bitch. Blame the other girl, because that's exactly what he wants you to do. That bitch is your best friend, because that bitch is the bitch who fucking reminded him of you in the first place. That's why he's pitted you two against each other, because you two would have been the best of friends. So, two options. You either befriend that girl who's been belittled just as much as you have, strength in numbers, or you just get out of there. Sometimes, no, they will have a whore who they use, but you can just tell with them why they love getting into banter of insulting people. That's their way of flirting. Whores and pedos. But whores fall into the play of the game. That's what makes them a whore. Britney would never do that. You can just tell. You can just see it. You know, it makes her eyes light up when you let her know how beautiful she is and how great she is and how much she means to you, because she's a lady. She's beautiful, she's really fine, I love talking about her, I love hearing her voice, I love seeing her face, I love seeing her dance, I love seeing anything about her, basically. I'm besotted by her. Safety. That's how it should be. I've never gone with the intention of, it just never felt right. Putting a girl down. Okay, I've done it by mistake one time. I didn't put the girl down. I just fucking, I had a chip on my shoulder about Alan Shearer still. And so I kept saying that bald-headed men were uptight. You know, it was like an indirect. It was before I just went, Alan, this is how much you hurt my feelings. This is how much you meant to me, how much you hurt my feelings. I do love bald-headed people. My granddad was bald. I love him. Even Sire himself balding now. I love him. He's fucking sick. I should have just gone about it in that light, but I just went, oh yeah, bald-headed men are uptight, and this lady had a dad who was bald. I bet he's uptight though, and he was. Usually men are just uptight, so I was going to win on that point any day of the week. A man who's a father with a girl who's around her age, very uptight. She's only just hit uni. He's going to be uptight to fuck. That's how I won that. That's the only time I've had that engagement where it's like, but I wasn't insulting her. I was just trying to win an argument against her. I wasn't saying, you're a bitch, so-and-so, this, that, and the other. I wasn't going, I don't like your hair, or, you look ugly, you have an ugly face, or, your legs are too fat, your fucking body's too big for your legs, or anything. All of those, you know what I mean? Basically, really twistedly observant points of putting somebody down. You have a perfectly proportioned body, Britney. You look beautiful. I can see why I was not given that body, because I would be like Fred in the Scooby-Doo movies. Ooh, these look very lovely. I would have been a right whore with your body. I would have been very protective of it, but I would have been a right whore to myself with it. I wouldn't have socialised. Oh, I love me. Sorry, no, you don't do it. It's lovely and fine. Whoa, this is not a good subject. Fuck it. No, it's not a good subject. It's been covered.